Yo guys, what is going on? Blossom is back, and today I'm back with another episode of what you can get from that pack series. Today, the pack in question is the Italian Convertibles Carbon Fiber. Now, I already had a quick glance at this, and I have to say, this is looking like a very tasty pack. I'm not joking. Let me just give you the facts right now about this pack that you guys may not know, and there's some pretty amazing facts. The first one is you can't get an RQ19. The lowest RQ rated car from this pack is an RQ20. All of the ultra rares are Maseratis, and the slowest car in this pack, the slowest car to 0 to 60 is under 5 seconds, which is pretty insane, which means no matter what happens, you're guaranteed a car that does 0 to 60 in either 4.9 seconds or less. The lowest handling car in this pack is 77, but that is the Maserati Birdcage, and after that it's 82. So not bad, not a bad pack. So with that said, let's get into it and see what cars you can get. So the first car and the weakest car you can get here is the Maserati Spider Grand Sport. Like I said, we are starting off pretty strong. It's not a good looking car in my opinion. I don't like the picture, it's gray and white, but when you look at the statistics, you just gotta nod and be like, okay, I see you. 177 top speed is, you know, very high, especially for an ultra rare. We're talking, okay, I wouldn't say very high, but it is high, right? It's 22 miles per hour faster, or it reaches 22. It's faster than most German cars in a sense, because most German cars limited is 155, and the Maserati Grand Sport, which is the weakest car you can get from this pack, is 177. Now, as I said, the lowest 0 to 60, or the slowest 0 to 60 is in this car, the 4.9, and a handling of 82. Moving on is the Maserati Tipo 61 Birdcage. It has the Italian Renaissance tag and the super exclusive Sub-Zero tag, which I still think is a Top Gear reference, because Sub-Zero just means it's like the cool of cool, basically. It's a decent looking car. I feel like a lot of you guys would probably have this already from the Halloween event, which I totally forgot to compete in. I joined it and then I just never competed in it because I forgot that it ends an hour early. In fact, I actually knew that the Halloween event ended an hour early, but what I didn't take into account was that November 3rd was the day New York, or I think just the United States in general, lost or gained an hour. So that also meant that the Halloween event ended at 3 when I thought it ended at 4. So when I was going to go in for the final 30 minutes to continue pushing, I found out it was already over. And, you know, I was super busy today, and once again, you know me, I'm recording in the early hours of the morning. But this is the second car, 4.8 0 to 60, which is very, very nice. 77 handling, 177 top speed once again, and it's a very light car. Also a 50s car, which is insane. Moving on to the next ultra rare is the Maserati Grand Cabrio. Once again, it's also in that 82 handling range, but it has a 0 to 60 of 4.7, and it's just a tiny higher in top speed with a 179 compared to the 177 in the two cars before. And the last car that you can get in the ultra rare range, yes, only 4 ultras you can get, all Maseratis, is the Maserati Grand Cabriolet, so Grand Cabrio MC. Top speed of over 180, which is very nice. 0 to 60 of 4.7, and a handling of 83. Now, I'm pretty sure my friend Android has this maxed out, and I'm pretty sure it's 3.90 to 60, 92 handling. That's not bad. 3.9 and 92. If you compare it to one of my favorite RQ22 cars, the Roof BTR, that is 3.787, I believe. That's at 996, and then at 699 it's 3.6 90. So, these two cars, they really push it in the stats, and it's very nice to see. But those are the only four Ultras, and, I would say they're pretty good. I know they're all Maseratis, you can't get a Lamborghini, but think about it this way. This is kind of like opening a Maserati pack, but you kind of skip all the crap RQ19 ones. You skip the Levante, which is all surface, which could be a good thing or a bad thing. To me, it's a bad thing. And you skip the Quattroporte, which is standard tires, and I hate that car so much. So it's nice to skip that. And this Grand Cabrio is very nice. Anyway, moving on to epics, there are three up for grabs. The first one is the Alfa Romeo 8C Spider. And one interesting stat is that every epic that you can get from this pack has an MRA of 93 or higher. You heard that right. Every epic you can get from this pack has an MRA of 93 or higher, which is insane. The first one is the Alfa Romeo 8C, 4.5 0 to 60, 86 handling, and 180 top speed. Moving on is the Lamborghini Gallardo LP550 2 Spider 2nd generation. Now, as you guys know, the coupe or the coupe version of this Lamborghini is one of my dream Italian Renaissance cars. I would love to have it, but this one isn't too far behind. 4.0 0 to 60, 86 handling, and a top speed of 198. It's good. It has very good MRA. I think it's 100, which is now more MRA than a Challenger Hellcat. Makes me cry every time. But then again, I still think the coupe version is better. Just that 88 handling and that 3.70 to 60 is just too big of a margin. But nevertheless, this is a great car, and I have friends with who own these cars maxed out already, and they just look very, very impressive. Now, moving on to the last epic that we can get is the Lamborghini Diablo VT Roadster. In my opinion, the most underwhelming of the bunch. I'm really not a fan of this car in the game. In the real life, it's alright, but in the game, I think it's just horrendous. I don't think it deserves RQ26. I get that it's all-wheel drive, but we're talking about an RQ26 car that has 82 handling. I mean, a maxed out Honda Beat is 85. Like, that's not a big margin. If you think about it, the Mazda BBR Turbo, which is a rare RQ13 car, I think it has 82 handling as well, either 82 or 83. So the handling on this car is abysmal. It's really abysmal. To make it even more sad, the Hellcat has more handling than this. So I think this is just, I feel like, yes, it has great MRA, it's like 95 or something like that. It has good top speed of 201, but once again, the 0 to 60 is not very strong. Compare the 4.3 to the LP550's 3.7. That's just a massive gap. I think this car should be RQ25, but once again, it's strong. I just don't think it's worth RQ26. However, if the finals is indeed, if it does have a lot of rain, this car might be very useful because of that four-wheel drive in the rain. So I might eat my own words there, but we'll see. Anyway, moving on to all the legendaries. Yep, in this pack, only 4 Ultras and 3 Epics, and the rest are legendaries, and I think there are 15 legendaries you can get, with I think 6 of them being RQ30. So you have a 40% chance of getting an RQ30 legendary if you pull a legendary, which is actually pretty good. So starting off is the Lamborghini Gallardo Spider 1st gen. Honestly, doesn't look like the best legendary, but I know if you're red line, you would kill to get this. Moving on is the Lamborghini Mercy Roadster. I had a couple people asking me why I like to call this the Mercy. I'm just a huge fan of Kanye West, and he has a song called Mercy dedicated to this model. The 3.6 0 to 60, 85 handling, 4-wheel drive, and a top speed of 199. It's a great looking car. Italian Renaissance and a supercar tag. Doesn't have the style icon tag, but the coupe version has it. This is the Roadster version. Moving on is the Lamborghini Huracan rear-wheel drive Spider. Followed by that is the Lamborghini Mercy LP650-4 Roadster. I love long names on cars. I mean, I can't remember them unless it's a Dodge, but I love my long names. Italian Renaissance, it has supercar tag as well. 3.20 to 60, 205 top speed. It just looks very nice. Moving on is the Lamborghini Mercy LP640 Roadster. Followed by that is the Lamborghini Gallardo LP570-4 Spider Performante second generation. I love it. I love how they have to make the font smaller just so they could fit everything as well. But 3.70 to 60, 87 handling, four-wheel drive, 201 top speed. Once again, you guys already know this. The Lamborghinis have like kind of handling. But once again, it looks like the finals is going to be Lamborghini exclusive. I don't know yet. Might be. But you kind of want to just get the better handling Lamborghinis by the looks of it. Next one is the Lamborghini Gallardo LP560-4 Spider second generation. 3.2, 86, and 202. What's the difference between this and the last one? 3.7, 3.2, 87, 86. Huh. That's so interesting. So both of these cars are the same RQ, but they're half a second apart. That is insane. Anyway, moving on to the car I want the most from this pack. I know, big shocker, it's not Italian Renaissance, but I'm a huge fan. This is my favorite Pagani, the Pagani Zonda Cinque Roadster, 225 top speed, 3.30 to 60, and 90 handling. All I can say is that if this is a dry finals and it requires convertibles, this is going to be the car you want to get because it has, well, better handling than most of the Lambos we're going to see. Followed by that is indeed the Pagani Huayra Roadster, which has even more handling at 92, 2.70 to 60, and 215 top speed. That is insane stats. The only thing bringing it down is the weak MRA. Now, I honestly don't believe that any Pagani has weak MRA, but apparently in the game this thing has an MRA of like 75 or something, which I think is a joke. But yeah, great looking car. I really want this, and aside from the MRA, it's a great twisty car. Moving on, we're now going to the 6 RQ30 legendaries you can get. The first one is the Lamborghini Huracan Spider. Followed by that is the, well, I guess the second car I want the most after the Cinque, the Lamborghini Huracan Performante Spider. 202 top speed, 3.00 to 60, 90 handling, and four-wheel drive. The Cinque has 90 handling and rear-wheel drive. This one is 90 handling and four-wheel drive. So this is the car to get, in my opinion. I love the picture on this too. I don't like the color yellow, but this one looks really good. And it has an MRA of 100, so it's a very strong car. Moving on is the Lamborghini Aventador SV Roadster 2.8 and 89. Followed by that is the Lamborghini Aventador S Roadster. I've seen a couple players have this one in particular. I don't know why, but I've seen this quite a bit. 2.9, 89, 217. Followed by that is a very nice looking picture. I love the red and the whites. It's the Lamborghini Aventador J. And finally, the last car you can get from this pack is the Lamborghini Aventador Roadster from 2012 with, once again, the Italian Renaissance and supercar tag. 217 top speed, 2.90 to 60, and 88 handling with four-wheel drive capabilities. Now, yeah, this is a good pack, guys. This is a very, very good pack. Would I open one? The answer is I probably would have. I have 4K gold, but I don't want to open one yet because currently in top drives there are the weekly challenge, and the special car that gives off the bonus points this week is Dodge, and as we all know, Hutch in their normal fashion would probably release Dodge carbon fibers in celebration, I guess, or in relevance of the weekly challenges, kind of like how roof carbon fibers were out for the roof event. So I'm going to be saving my gold for those Dodge carbon fibers because I will not rest until I get a wide body. Yeah, just imagine all the opportunities that will open once I get it. But I have to say, this is a great pack. So should you open it? Usually in these episodes, I say no. But this one is a big, fat yes. This is a great looking pack. You skip a lot of the trash Maseratis. You skip a lot of the very weak and just undesirable RQ27 legendary Lamborghinis. You can only get one this time, which lowers the odds by a lot. And overall, it's just a great looking pack. There are a lot of great cars: the Aventador J, Aventador S, the SV, my personal favorite, the Pagani Cinque, as well as the Lamborghini Huracan Performante. It's just a great pack, guys, so I would really recommend you to open this. Anyway, that's all I have for you today for the episode, so I'm just going to go through all the cars like I usually usually do. And just gonna end on a closing note. Thank you so much for all the support you've done on the channel. If you haven't already, check out the pack opening I posted yesterday with my good friend Sarah. And if you haven't, if you're new to the channel, oh, that is another picture. This one, oh, this one, I can post this on my Instagram soon. There's a whole Pagani event going on in New York City right now. It's looking great. But yeah, hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you all next time. Blossom out.